Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
We are so loaded up with great stuff today. We're going to have a tough time getting in traffic and weather together every 3 minutes on the twos, but we're going to make it happen. We will make it happen.
Oh, my.
Yeah, because
that's... that a threat?
No. I'm just saying.
It felt like
we're working really hard for you to make sure that you get to work and school on time.
Are you going to give alternate routes? Do we have time for those?
No. Oh. You'll have to find your own today. But... Isn't that what GPS is for?
I guess so, yeah.
I think so.
It replaced the ubiquitous traffic guy.
Yep. Or get out a map. I don't know.
Whoa.
Do those exist anymore? Can you get a map anywhere?
When I try to explain to my kids
maps,
the olden times when we actually had maps and we had to pull over and unfold them and run our finger, okay, where's this? And oh my goodness, it just blows their mind.
But then, of course, there was this problem.
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so.
Because
some
people
out there in our nation don't have maps.
Some don't have maps.
I believe that our education, such as in South Africa and Iraq, everywhere like such as. I believe that they should. Our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. Should help South Africa.
The South Africa.
It should help the Iraq and the Asian countries.
The Iraq and the Asian.
So we will be able to build up our future.
Right.
Thank you, Miss South Carolina.
Miss Teen South Carolina.
Yeah. Mario Lopez had to know that was going to live in infamy before she was even done speaking. Right?
It certainly has lived in infamy here. I think everybody else kind of let it go eventually.
Yeah, not this show. Are you kidding me? There's nothing that this show lets go.
Not us. Nope.
Boy, if you have a map, though, that takes you from the Iraq to South Africa.
And everywhere like such as?
You're never getting there.
No. Mm-mm. Also today, Brad Meltzer. We're going to talk to him. He joins us in about 90 minutes-ish. And he's got 2 new books out. One, I Am Anne Frank, and I Am Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, good stuff.
Really
I love that series, the I Am series.
It's awesome. He does such a great job.
Everything that man touches is gold.
Yeah. This would have come in handy before we asked the moron trivia question, who wrote Anne Frank's diary. If they'd read this children's book, Brad Meltzer's book, they might have known.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned a fun fact in there. She named her diary Kitty.
Oh, she did?
So she'd write every time she'd do an entry. Because, I've read the book back in 6th grade, but I had forgotten that she named her diary Kitty.
Seems like at one point it was almost mandatory in schools that you had to read that kind of stuff. That
was the days of maps.
Yeah. Back in the day when you needed to learn things. And the students didn't control the schools. Of course, now the students are in complete control of every school system and every university system. For instance, state of Texas, in Austin, at UT, the marching band has just decided they're not going to play the school song anymore. We're not going to do it.
I'm sorry?
Wait, what? You're not going. They're not going to play the Eyes of Texas anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is there a word in it?
There's an undertone in it, and you can't have a song with an undertone. You just can't do it. They have to all be overtones, or I don't. It's unbelievable. For 120 years, Texas has done this. At the end of the game, they play the Eyes of Texas, and they all kind of sway back and forth after the football game, win or lose. I think, right? And it's this huge tradition. Now, we're not gonna play it.
What? I'm looking at the lyrics right now. What's the undertone?
I don't know.
Now here come the girls in that pretty red Ford.
I think that's a different song.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That might be the some other Eyes of Texas.
Oh, my gosh, it totally is. I just started rolling through it without even looking. But you're talking about the deep in the...
No, that's another song, too.
I am...
That's a...
I can name this song in 0 notes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm checking out. What's the Eyes of Texas, then? I know I'd know it if I heard it, right?
Yes, you'd know it if you heard it.
Yeah,
I doubt we can play it because...
Oh, yeah, we'll get
flagged.
Totally.
But...
Uh-oh.
It goes a little something like that. And then it...
Oh, totally. Now I got it.
But I think there's a... I think it's a slow version, though. I'm trying to think. But the drum major
Somebody from UT, a fan, just call us up and hum it for us.
Just hum it.
888-900-3393.
That would be great.
And just hum the song for us, and then we won't get busted for playing it, and I won't look like an even bigger idiot.
Well, I mean, we can't guarantee.
All right, see, there we go. Yeah, there's going to be almost 2 hours of opportunities for me to do that.
Sure. So, yeah, the band members have taken a stand. Multiple organizations on the school's campus have been pushing for a change in the alma mater, starting with athletes. In June 2020, a group of UT athletes wrote a letter requesting that players be no longer forced to sing The Eyes of Texas and replace it with a song without racist undertones.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Soon after, members of the university band also decided to take a stand, including drum major Ali Morales. Once I saw the statement from the football team and learned the history of the Eyes of Texas, it was really easy to make the decision. I didn't want to be a part of or initiate a school song that excludes any members of the university, whether it be current students, alumni, professors, family of students, or just fans. Okay. So every song now has to include every single person, every single group, every special interest. Come on.
Man.
Okay, if you won't play it and you're a member of the band, guess what? You're not a member of our band anymore. We'll find somebody who will play the stupid song.
I mean, are they working for A&M?
Yeah.
Or Potter?
Are you working for A&M now? You see? You drum majors are screwy. That's what you are.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
You're screwy.
Wait, hold on. Now, okay, my third time's a charm, right?
Yeah.
The eyes of Texas are upon you all the livelong day.
Thank you.
The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away.
Okay.
Do not think you can escape them at night or early in the morn.
There you go.
The eyes of Texas are upon you till Gabriel blows his horn. There it is.
Biblical imagery. Dare you talk about Gabriel?
There was a biblical
How dare you?
imagery tucked in at the end. I see what they try to sneak it in there.
Is there a secret verse that includes plus we hate black people? Is there something like that in there? Because I don't think that even had an undertone. Did it?
So wait. The lyrics are set to the tune. Oh, I've been working on the railroad?
Yes. Oh. Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know that song. Or that That's almost like University
Eyes of Texas are upon you. Yeah.
So now we have to go and look at the I've been working on the railroad lyrics and see if those are offended. This is stupid. Let's look for some new way to act offended. Not actually be offended, just merely act offended to tear down.
Yeah. Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yep. It's getting harder to take every single day. Wait till we get to Barack Obama's little rally yesterday on a street corner or something. Just really weird. Really weird. Plus, the big debate tonight. Yeah. This is the second debate between Trump and Biden. They're going to mute the microphones. That should be interesting.
Wow.
So I think you'll just have them screaming off mic at each other.
Totally.
The whole time. But when they mute Trump's mic at the debate, he's got a plan. He's got an action plan, I think.
Like a whiteboard.
There it is. Yeah. Where's Hunter? He's just going to hold up a sign.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Right. You know you will hear Trump off mic multiple times.
Absolutely you will.
You're lying, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And, he does lie. He's been lying about everything. The whole campaign has. And time again, they just keep hammering the same old tired lies. And for them to be able to get away with this lie, especially about the veterans, when he was in France and he didn't go visit the cemeteries for the World War I veterans. I mean, that's despicable. They just keep using the losers and suckers line, despite the fact it's been completely discredited. It's been totally debunked, and they just keep saying it. Doesn't matter to them. Truth just doesn't matter to these people. So yesterday, President Trump, though, on the campaign trail, gave a shout out.
Oh.
Check this shout out.
And with us as well are members of the incredible Lumbee Catawba.
What?
tribes.
Wait. Is that like their formal name?
I guess so. Catawba.
Where are they? Oh, look at you
The
guys.
beautiful,
Wow.
The beautiful
Wow.
Lumbee.
That's a good-looking group of people.
Oh, my. Oh, no.
Lumbee Kawa.
No.
Thank you very
Lumbee
much
Kawa.
for being here. We appreciate it. And we're
Catawba.
working with you, and you have a great congressman in Dan. You
Bro.
know that, right?
What is it now?
Right, Dan?
It's a Lumbee.
You're lucky you have Dan.
Okay, so we got
Did he get it wrong? Dang it. He should have just stuck with Lumbee Tribe.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the Lumbee Tribe's here.
Yeah.
You're welcome for your high-speed internet, by the way.
Yeah, it's Catawba, I guess.
Catawba?
It's Catawba. Not play
Catawba.
That again. Play that one more time.
Catawba.
No, play that again.
Beautiful Catawba.
Please.
And with us as well are members of the incredible Lumbee Catawba tribe.
Oh, no.
Catawba. Is that how they pronounce it, maybe? Is it possible?
Let's just say yes.
Yes. All right. Of course, we just know about Virginia Locklear.
Excuse me, Rhonda
Locklear, I'm sorry.
She's
Locklear. She
someone-
names herself of the Lumbee tribe. She didn't say anything about
That's
Catawba
right, that's right.
or Catawba, anything about
My
that.
name is Rhonda Locklear.
Right.
I'm from Pembroke.
Pembroke.
And I'm a member of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina.
All right. Welcome.
I have 2 children. And like any mother, I want the best for my boys.
Of course you do.
Jacob, my oldest, is a transferring student to UNC Pembroke.
Okay.
And Isaac is in the 8th grade at Pembroke Middle School.
Tell us a heart-wrenching story now.
Like most families across the state who either don't have access to high-speed internet who can't afford it.
Can't afford it.
We were stuck with dial-up service in our home until 2 months ago.
Until just 2 months ago.
I feel that this has put my family,
She feels like
my
it.
sons in particular,
At
a severe disadvantage.
A crippling disadvantage. She's so understated here. This is a crippling disadvantage.
Isaac depends on the internet to complete his assignments for school.
Sure.
And?
And to surf for porn, of course.
Often uses the internet to work on reports, projects, or often at times to just do research.
Like tubing.
Yes.
I watch him struggle with the dial-up service and observed him get frustrated.
She's observed it.
Because he could not move around on the web like he likes and needed to do. Seemingly easy assignments took him hours to complete.
Hours, no.
It's very disheartening to watch. Isaac got very upset.
No, don't say that.
Discouraged. And frustrated. Because he could not do what he needed to do.
Yeah.
As a mother, it breaks my heart and causes me to feel that I have failed him in some way.
You have until 2 months ago. I mean, it's embarrassing that just 2 months and 10 years ago, she got actual high-speed internet.
Think about that. She got what she needed there
without
2 months having to do that.
Yeah.
If they had called that off because, wait, we already have it there? Never mind, you don't need to show. We would not have this audio gold. But somebody said, look, we already bought the ticket. It's non-refundable.
Right.
Just get on the plane. Come here, do a sob story, and we'll put you on there.
Tell us what it was like 2 months ago, because we got to hear that story. Very compelling. We got to get high-speed internet for free into the Lumbee Tribe.
Into the
Lumbee Catawba Tribe.
Wow. That's
it's so great.
Yosemites.
Oh man. Yo Semites.
Semites.
Just send a shout out to the Semites. Yo! How are you Semites doing?
If you're not aware, that is a reference to a previous President Trump gaffe that was very, in particularly memorable.
It sure was.
Where he was talking about Yosemite.
Old faithful burst into the sky when they gaze upon Yosemites.
I'm talking about the Yosemites here. The beautiful, beautiful Yosemites. You don't know this Yosemites.
Yeah.
I know that. You and I both know. And so do they. So do the Democrats. That I know the Yosemites.
Is that what he says when he gets off a plane in Jerusalem?
Yo, Semites. So great. Anyway, it's going to be fantastic tonight.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
He's got to make up some territory tonight.
Yeah.
Because it didn't come out well after the first debate.
This is it.
This is his last chance to show Joe Biden and for what he is and who he is, and to show himself for who he is and what he's done. And I'm just afraid that he's not going to get the opportunity to say a lot of things that need to be said and clear up a lot of the lies that continue to be told.
How many Americans have already voted now? What are we up to?
Wow. It seems like I saw the 40 million number today. I think it was 40 million have already voted.
Wow.
That's incredible. Incredible. All right. We got to welcome a new sponsor to the show. Right. Very proud to be able to tell you about Boll and Branch. Mm-hmm. What do millions of Americans and 3 former U.S. presidents all have in common? They all agree that Boll and Branch sheets are the softest and most comfortable. Pure organic cotton sheets, the most comfortable on earth. Boll and Branch cotton. It's rain-fed, pesticide-free, carries the highest organic certification. That's why it is so soft. You know, I years ago I didn't care what kind of sheet. You could burlap. You could have. I wouldn't care. I have become, since experiencing Boll and Branch sheets, kind of picky about what I sleep on because these are so comfortable. And I'm telling you that once you have these sheets, you won't be able to go back. They are fantastic. If you've ever gone out looking for really high quality sheets with the really high thread count, that's what most people really. That's what they focus on, the high thread. The thread count is 47,000 on these sheets. That's like, we weave 47,000 threads together to form. It's incredible. But these start with just incredible cotton, and they end up being incredibly soft. And so you pay a lot less money because they go direct to you.
Oh, I like that formula.
Yeah, they don't have to pay the big mall prices or the strip mall prices that you're paying for their really nice showroom. You don't have to do that. Because they sell direct to you, these Boll and Branch sheets that would be about $1,000 start at just $160. $160. $1,000 quality for a fraction of the price. Plus, here's the thing. There's no risk. If you don't like them, you just send them back. Try them out free for a month. And then just send it back. You've lost nothing. And right now, you'll get $50 off any sheet set at bollandbranch.com with the promo code PGRAY. Okay? A little different than it usually is. PGRAY. It's spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Bollandbranch.com. Promo code PGRAY for $50 off the already incredibly low price on these sheets. Bollandbranch.com, promo code PGRAY. Restrictions may apply. See bollandbranch.com for all the details.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Okay, we are trying to help you not despair. So when we give you all the crappy news that keeps piling up every day, we try to juxtapose it with some good things. Give you a little bit of hope.
Okay.
And there is a pollster now. We haven't read this yet, right?
No, you started to yesterday, ran out of time, and here we go.
There is a pollster who thinks that Donald Trump is ahead. The upstart Trafalgar Group. Yeah, that's right. We started to talk about it and didn't get to it. But they don't see 2020 the same way everybody else does. This is really nice to hear that there's somebody out there who has done a poll, and Trump is actually ahead in this. If you're a firm believer only in polling averages, this probably isn't super meaningful, but if you're familiar with Trafalgar's success in 2016, it had Trump leading in Michigan and Pennsylvania, and in 2018, Ron DeSantis winning his gubernatorial race. So they do have some validity. It's worth knowing, though, that not everybody agrees that Joe Biden is 9 points ahead or 15 points ahead or what everybody else is claiming. Trafalgar's approach focuses on accounting for the so-called social desirability bias. That means, is it desirable to want Trump to win and to be able to say, yeah, I'm a big Trump supporter?
Right.
And the answer to that is no, because you'll get bludgeoned for it. In some cases, you might even lose your job over it.
Or your teeth, as we have video later.
Oh, my gosh. Oof. Yeah, that's tough to watch. But the phenomenon has showed up as long ago that in the polling that they use for Trafalgar, they note that there's a so-called Bradley effect when the African-American mayor of Los Angeles, Tom Bradley, underperformed his polling in a gubernatorial race. It's been the hallmark of the Trump era, and it's easy to overlook, and all the other polls do. So, how does Trafalgar see the race? Fundamentally as a motivation race rather than a persuasion race, with perhaps 1.5% of most of the electorate undecided in battleground states. Yeah, I doubt it's even 1.5%.
Yeah. So Trump just has to get his base out, huh?
Yes, supposedly. He believes, this pollster believes, that Trump will win North Carolina and Florida and discounts Biden's chances in Georgia because the Republican base vote is too big there. Same is true in Texas. As for Arizona, I think Trump has the lead. I think McSally has some ground to make up. I see her about 5 points behind Trump, but, he does have Trump leading in Arizona. Everybody else will tell you that Biden has overtaken Trump in Arizona. I believe, he says, this pollster, I believe Pennsylvania to be the number one state that Trump could win and have stolen due to voter fraud. Okay, well, that's not exactly hopeful.
Yeah,
that's not. We didn't want that part of it.
We know this.
No.
So Pennsylvania.
In Michigan, Trafalgar has Trump ahead. Think he'll win Michigan, the pollster says. Overall, he sees another Trump win. If it all happened right now, my best guess is that it would be an electoral college victory in the high to low 270s to low 280s. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, that's what they're trying to.
I mean, I've got it at 269 to 269 because it's the year 2020, and that's par for the course.
Now that would suck.
I mean,
that would not be good. So this Trafalgar pollster thinks 278-ish to 281-ish. There's going to be a problem if it's that close. I'm just afraid that there's going to be some issues. People are going to say, "Yeah, he stole it. He stole it." Whereas if he wins 330 to 220 or whatever it would be, it's a little harder to to steal that many.
Oh, you mean perception-wise?
Yes. Perception-wise.
Okay, but this is the same left that I'm trying to. What was the 2016 electoral? What was the final electoral map there? Because he won huge there. I mean, they were narrow victories, but
wasn't it 330 something to?
No. It's 306 to 232, and they still say, Russia this and Russia did that, and they influenced, and they...
Well, true.
So it doesn't matter. He could literally do a 1984 Reagan landslide, and they'd be like...
he stole it.
Yeah.
He stole it. The Russians. He's in collusion with the Russians. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay.
So what's Kamala from California, Joe Biden. So if Delaware and California are the only two states, that would be so awesome that Biden gets, they'll still bitch and moan that he stole it from Biden.
Well, they've set it up that there's no other way for him to win other than cheating. Biden just said it late last week. You'll know if there's chicanery, I think he called it, at the polls, if Biden wins because that's the only, or if Trump wins because that's the only way they can. Well, okay, thank you for that dangerous setup. Thank you for essentially telling your radicals, the extremists who follow your every movement, to go ahead and set fire to their cities, because that's what will happen. Frightening. This is just frightening.
That's fun, right?
So there's your hope for the day. Good.
Wait, did we land on hope? Is that where we wrapped it up?
It didn't feel like it at the end.
No, it did not.
Did it?
I feel like we kind of
I think we kind of came full circle. Is what we did.
Right?
We instead of going 180, we went 360.
Like we
came
had
right
the
back
hope
around
in our hand.
Yeah.
And then we kind of
we snatched it out of our hand and threw it away.
Threw the garbage can and we're like, all right, there's your hope. Yeah, over there in the garbage can.
All right, let me give you a little more hope.
Oh, what do you got?
There's a governor's race going on in Utah. And something really unusual. I've never seen this happen before. This is huge. It shows that maybe we can set aside some of our differences and get together. The Republican and Democrat candidates for governor in Utah got together and recorded this ad.
I'm Chris Peterson.
And I'm Spencer Cox.
We are currently in the final days of campaigning against each other to be your next governor.
And while I think you should vote for me...
Yeah, but really you should vote for me.
There are some things we both agree on.
Okay.
We can debate issues without degrading each other's character.
We can disagree without hating each other.
And win or lose, in Utah, we work together.
So let's show the country that there's a better way.
My name's Chris Peterson.
And I'm Spencer Cox.
And we approve this message.
Wow.
Oh, that's
isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's sweet.
We can get along. We can disagree without being disagreeable. Write that down. That's pretty catchy. Nobody will ever repeat it.
Kidding me?
Stop. That's interesting. I wonder if there's any other place on Earth where that could possibly happen.
Utah.
I wonder if they share something in common. Perhaps.
Let's see here. Let's check out the polls.
Look into the religious background of the two gubernatorial candidates.
No, I'm looking to see if there's a third-party candidate. It's like, screw that. Vote for me. That's what I want to know.
Vote for me, and I'll bash both their heads in. That's the one who's going to win.
Well,
because we've done another 360. We brought it right back around.
Boy, we are good at this.
We can take any little ray of hope and just turn it off.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The Republican is up 24. So the Democrat's like, sure, I'll do whatever ad you want. You got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm out of money.
Yeah.
I'm out of time. Nobody wants me. Sure, I'll do your Unity ad.
Yeah.
He's up by 24 points.
I mean, it's down from his lead in August, which was at 32 points.
Jeez.
So he's down to 24 points. Again, I'm saying if you're a third-party candidate, you got a chance to exploit this. So get to cracking on that TV spot of your own.
Okay, well, good. All right.
But that was a breath of fresh air, right?
Yeah, it was.
And you're sitting there watching football
Yes,
and you're sick of all these ads. I mean, my goodness, Jeffy alluded to it yesterday, these Biden ads every single break. My goodness.
I can't believe the kind of ad campaign he's running. On Sunday, you cannot escape it.
Yeah.
If you're watching NFL football, you're going to see multiple Joe Biden ads.
You're seeing that in Texas. Okay.
Yes.
Can you imagine if we were an actual battleground state? Because
wow,
that's got to be. I don't know how much more saturation you can have than what we're experiencing here, but I'm sure it's happening.
And they keep saying Trump is cash strapped, so I rarely, if ever, see ads that support Donald Trump, even from the PACs, the political action committees, and they should have some money, you would think, in their coffers. But I don't see any ads for him.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
It seems like the cash is with Biden, but the support is with Trump. That's what it feels like.
It does.
Feels like.
And I hope it's true. I hope that's reality, and not just our feelings, because you know what happens when you go by your feelings.
What happens?
Alone, you usually lose. Yeah.
I don't care for that.
Yeah, I don't care for it either.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. We're less than 2 weeks away now. I mean, we are in the home stretch. And hope you're stocked up on some stuff at your house.
What, like eggs? Butter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, eggs
Water.
and butter. Yeah. Make sure
Bullets.
that you clean. Oh.
Firearms.
Oh, I never even thought of that. No, I was talking about clean your eggs. You got 2 weeks to clean your eggs.
No, everything's going to be fine. Don't even worry about it. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Oh, by the way, Blaze Media is offering what I think is our most important discount ever.
Oh.
$30 off an annual subscription. $30.
Wow.
So that means Blaze TV would be available for the incredibly low price of $5.75 a month.
I'm glad you did the math.
Can't beat it. I actually didn't. It was written here for me, which is really appropriate.
That's helpful, right?
Yeah, that way I didn't have to do it on the fly. So $5.75 a month. There's power and truth and strength in numbers. That's why you need to join Blaze TV with this massive discount. BlazeTV.com/Pat. Offer code Pat. BlazeTV.com/Pat. Offer code Pat. And you get that $30 off. All right, got some tweets here. Carolina Bulldog tweets. How many mosquitoes will come out of this debate?
I'm sorry, how many what? do they need to write that for you as well? How many mosquitoes?
Yeah. I don't know what it is today. I'm having it's a Joe Biden 45 minutes or so that's been going on here. How many misquotes? Not mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Because there'll probably be no mosquitoes that come out of it. If they see a mosquito,
there was a fly. There was a fly in the vice presidential debate.
That's true. Maybe it'll be the mosquito debate. I don't know.
Mosquito debate 2020.
Trump had a mosquito land on him, and it sat there sucking his blood for 2 minutes, and he didn't do anything about it. That proves he's evil right there. Oh. So how many misquotes will come out of this debate, according to Wonders, Carolina Bulldog? Mm-hmm. Carolina Bulldog wasn't apparently concerned about the mosquitoes.
Yeah,
I don't even know why.
I
don't know why.
Mosquitoes.
The Steve 42 tweets, I'm offended that this song is not offensive.
Oh, yeah.
The Eyes of Texas.
I know.
Eugene Tackleberry, I live in Cincinnati. Catawba is actually a very popular wine around here. It's Catawba. Catawba.
It's not.
It's not. Well, what did the president say?
And with us as well are members of the incredible Lumbee Catawba tribes.
Oh my!
No, man.
I don't know.
Come on now.
No. He has the best words. Let's not forget that. Okay, he has the best words.
Even if he has to make some of them up.
I mean, I've had a tough time this morning too. So
right, that's true. Yeah,
who am I? Who am I?
Who among us?
Right. First of all, at Disney World, the worst fears about the virus have not come true. They were really afraid some things were going to go awry. In July, one infectious disease expert said Walt Disney World's reopening was a, quote, terrible idea, unquote. That was inviting disaster. Social media users attacked Disney as irresponsible and clueless for pressing forward, even as coronavirus cases surged in Florida. A few aghast onlookers turned Disney World marketing videos into parody trailers for horror films. Attendance has been lower than anticipated. Yeah, people are scared. Travel agents say families have been postponing Christmas time plans to vacation at the Orlando resort.
That's not because... I'm sorry. My family was supposed to go there for the holidays, and we're not avoiding it because we're scared.
You don't want to wear the mask the whole time, right?
I'm not wearing a mask to go to Disney World. Shut up.
I mean, you're there all day. So that would mean that all day long, you have to wear that mask. I guess, except when you sit down to eat.
Outdoors.
Yeah, outside.
Outdoors. Yeah, and remember, they were so stringent that they were banning you from eating and walking at the same time.
Oh, that's right.
They're like, oh, no, we see what you're pulling. You're pulling the trick on the plane, where you sit there and eat trail mix for 3.5 hours cross country. So they can't win. So they're ridiculed for opening, and they're ridiculed for the masks. Mm-hmm. How about you just go back to normal? Can we not do that? No, we can't.
No, we can't.
No, we can't do that.
We cannot go. Well, this is the new normal, Keith. Okay? This is the new normal now. Or as somebody just put it, the New World Order. Huh. Where was that? Was that a UN rep?
That was an Australian official that slipped and said that.
Oopsies.
Or remember the famous quote from Calvin Coolidge in that short period between his presidency and his death.
Yeah.
When FDR was elected, he said, "I feel I am no longer fit for these times."
Man, can we relate to that or what?
So true.
These times are finding that many sporting events are not being viewed by a lot of Americans. apparently the Stanley Cup final this year was down 61%. Who won the Stanley Cup?
That'd be the Tampa Bay Lightning in 6 games over the Dallas Stars.
The Tampa Bay Lightning and the Rays are in the World Series.
Well, and now
just tied it up 1-1.
Yeah, and you got Brady, making the Buccaneers excited.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's in Tampa. I'd just like to remind everyone.
Wow.
Yeah. By the way,
exciting time to be in Tampa.
Yeah, let's revisit real quick Stanley Cup playoffs. The Stars were screwed and should have been a Game 7. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, down 61%. That's heavy. The Preakness was down 56% in viewership, as was the U.S. Open Golf Tournament. NBA Finals down 49%. U.S. Open Tennis 45%. Kentucky Derby down 43%. U.S. Open Golf all 4 rounds down a whopping 42%.
Don't forget the Masters has been moved to mid-November this year, so that hasn't aired yet.
Okay. Major League Baseball Division Series down 40%. Let's see. Then you go through the Belmont Stakes, 32%. College football regular season is down 30%.
Wow.
Why?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know, but
that's really weird. Are people just? I mean, they're not. I don't know. Maybe they're not wasting their time with football right now, or sporting events. But I would think you'd want that relief in your life.
Yeah.
Everything's been turned so upside down, we've changed our habits, maybe. I don't know. This is weird. The regular season for Major League Baseball was down 26%. The WNBA regular season down 16%.
Oh, no.
NFL regular season so far down 13%.
That's not that big of a hit from what they expected.
Right. NASCAR's only down 1%.
Okay.
Huh.
So have any sports shown an increase in viewership?
Yes.
Who's that?
The WNBA Finals.
Oh, yeah.
Up 15%.
Now, how does the math work on that?
Well, because they went from 5 viewers to 7. Yeah, it went from 5 last year.
That's what it was.
But this year, 2 extra people decided they wanted to see what was going on.
That's a leap.
It's huge.
I mean,
that's
that
huge.
is marketing that's working.
That's right.
For the WNBA, gone from 5 to 7 viewers. And those are probably just people that couldn't find the remote after it landed on ESPN 9.
Well, one of them was that. The other was one of the WNBA players' parents who had come out of a coma and decided to watch the WNBA finals.
Now, the rest of the story is that watching the WNBA put that parent right back into a coma.
Yes. That's the sad tale, but
you were leaving that part out.
I was.
Because, again, we have to swoop in and take the hope and just crumble it up and toss it into the garbage can.
Just plain crush it. Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. We've got all these left-wing corporations, Verizon, for instance, AT&T, empowering radicals to tear our country apart and funding those efforts. For instance, Verizon sent $10 million to Al Sharpton's group and others. And so you get all these things like the impeachment of the president. You get them exploiting the pandemic. There's violent riots that are being funded. They're threatening violence now over filling the vacant seat on the Supreme Court, plus all the funding of Planned Parenthood. Now, Patriot Mobile is not going to do that. They don't take your money and donate it to left-wing causes. In fact, you can tell them what causes you want your money to go to once they make their donations. Get the same exact service that the others have, too. The same coverage and better support from this company. It's a company that shares your values. It's a company that supports our police. And they know you don't want a big hassle to make that switch, so they make it as easy as possible. You can bring your phone to the new deal. You can, or get a new one. You can keep your phone number or get a new one. Get a free month of service or a free phone plus free activation. When you use the offer code PAT, just go to patriotmobile.com/PAT, or you can call their U.S.-based customer service team. 972-PATRIOT. 972-PATRIOT, or go to patriotmobile.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
What's our moron trivia game tomorrow?
It's going to be the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers at the undefeated Tennessee Titans.
Oh, wow. Big game.
Yeah.
Early in the season. They're both, what, 4-0?
I think 5-0 for Tennessee.
All right.
4-0 for Pittsburgh, something like that.
Tennessee's kind of been surprising to me. Wow, that's really. Yesterday, Barack Obama had a massive crowd show up for his campaign appearance. This guy brings serious crowds wherever he goes. Check this out. Here he is talking to some Biden supporters on a street corner, and I don't know if you'll be able to hear him over the roar of the crowd. Look at that.
Woo!
Wow.
At the end of the day, people connect.
Do you really need the bullhorn, Barack?
This is an extraordinary
Look at that. 2, 4, 5, and a little kid.
Make sure that we're doing everything safely.
And then you've got the press. That's embarrassing.
Because I'm trying to model good hygiene.
Oh, model good hygiene.
But nevertheless, folks seeing your effort out there is going to be inspiring.
Wow. I mean, they nearly had to shut down the road, like when the Beatles did that rooftop thing, you know?
Yeah,
so many people out there.
Almost. And then the response to his babbling was impressive. It was really, really impressive.
Big crowd.
You don't normally hear this during the daylight hours. But he brought it out yesterday at the street corner.
Big crowd. Oh, crickets.
Big crowd.
So.
Literally, that looked like only the workers, at the tent.
Yeah.
And one person.
And have you noticed, and that person was like a 4-year-old girl that wandered up to him.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that whenever they show these events, if you will, that camera operator doesn't do much panning.
No.
Doesn't show us that there's literally 4 people off the shot there.
And everybody else who was there was press, taking pictures or filming in some way. That's amazing. That's amazing. And he had plenty to babble about going after Trump yesterday. Here's some of what he had to say.
The only people truly better off than they were 4 years ago
are
the billionaires who got his tax cuts.
Pause it for a second.
Yeah, right, please.
Will they ever tire? And you know they won't. They will never tire of the Marxist rhetoric. What? Over and over and over and over. They continue to say that the only people who got a tax break were billionaires. Mm-hmm. Such a lie.
I mean, I checked my tax bracket yesterday when I saw this, and I got a big tax cut, and I'm not a billionaire.
Everybody who pays taxes got a tax cut. I don't know how or why the Republicans continue to let them get away with this line. Why? How do you allow that? Doesn't anybody dispute what they're saying and tell the American people what a stinking lie it is?
Total lie.
He had more, of course, sadly.
More lies?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as we speak, Trump won't even extend relief to the millions of families who are having trouble paying the rent.
Are you kidding me?
Putting food on the table because of this pandemic.
Pause it. So they're hoping that you haven't even watched a newscast in the last several weeks or months. Trump is trying to get a relief package passed. Pelosi won't do it. They won't do it.
You got progressives coming out against Pelosi. Andrew Yang in particular saying, what are you doing? Take this deal while they're suffering. Let's
And of course, what she's doing is playing politics with your life. That's what she's doing.
She's saying, well, we'll wait till February.
Yeah.
They are so confident that they're going to have a clean sweep that they can go much bigger.
Right. And really, if she'd work with Trump, he'd probably go much bigger.
No kidding. But no, we got to suffer. Americans are suffering. They're going to have to suffer for the next 4 or 5 months because Pelosi wants the credit for this.
It's really despicable. And he had more. Bull
But
crap.
he's been doing all right by himself.
By himself? Has he? Okay.
As it
How about
turns
you?
out, this was
Pause
just
it for a
reported
second. How's he been doing by himself? How has Barack Obama been doing? Seems like he's become a 100 millionaire.
Right.
Since leaving office.
And
is that okay?
What's Trump's take-home pay as president?
$0.
Oh, okay. So
and 0 cents.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he donates his entire salary to whatever cause every time he receives his salary. This guy just signed a deal with Netflix that reportedly is up to $100 million. For what? What kind of entertainment is Barack Obama going to churn out?
Yeah, but what you're forgetting is he is taking what would have been the old tax rate. He's taking the difference that he's saving under the Trump tax cuts since he's so wealthy, and he's donating that to a great cause.
Sure, you know that's happening.
Yeah,
being the humanitarian he is. All right, let's hear the rest of this.
Must we?
As it turns out, this was just reported in the last 48 hours. We know that he continues to do business with China because he's got a secret Chinese bank account. How is that possible?
Secret?
How is that possible?
Chinese?
A secret Chinese bank account.
Bank account.
Listen, can you imagine if I had a secret Chinese bank account?
Can you imagine?
When I was running for re-election?
I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it.
Always about him.
You think Fox News might have been a little concerned about that?
News? Pause it for a second. Yeah,
you've missed
there
it,
might
right?
have been one TV network that had a problem with it. There might have been one. MSNBC wouldn't have cared. NBC wouldn't have cared. CBS wouldn't have cared.
That's a twofer.
ABC wouldn't have cared.
I mean, this guy.
It just reminds you how much you dislike him, doesn't it?
Right. And by the way, let's not forget that Chinese bank account. I mean, that is easily refuted. Right? Trump was trying to pursue some business interests there, and in order to
he set that up to pay the taxes in China.
Local taxes over there, and it's been an account that's been dormant for 5 years. It's just there, and it's not even under his name.
Maybe he'll get a chance to explain that tonight at the debate. I hope.
No,
I hope so.
He won't.
That's gotta come up during the foreign policy debate, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Boy, didn't you miss Barack Obama? Oh, right? I mean, never mind the election. We only have 12 more days of hearing him speak again.
Speak, you mean?
I mean...
Yeah. That's true.
All right. He sucks.
Yeah, he does.
Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome to it. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Constitutional Stoner tweets, I want Trump to get over 300 electoral votes. Case closed. Be nice if it was case closed at that point. Sir Jeffus of Spoons, too bad we can't call the election based on rally crowd size. If that was the case, Trump wins in the biggest butt whooping ever. I'll say. Caffeinated Texan, you guys are such a freaking ray of sunshine. Aren't we, though?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's us. From Tyler, when there's starting to be a little light, Pat snatches despair from the jaws of hope.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I couldn't feck less. I don't know about anyone else, but I hate when I'm mosquitoed. Yeah, me too. The cell phone juice is loose. Misquotes, mosquitoes, tomato. What's the difference? Debate mosquito tweets. Can we keep calling all these doctors and scientists experts? They've been wrong on about 90% of their analysis of COVID.
True story.
From Brian Moore. Oh, Keith just called the golf tournament the Masters. Oh. That's worse than saying the words from a Texas college school song.
Oh, so
right?
I'm sorry.
The Masters?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just
racist
change it to the golf tournament.
Right?
Be like the football team.
From Jeffy's 18 Spoons. Pat, nobody believes that 7 people watched the WNBA finals. 4, maybe 5 of their girlfriends watched, but not a full 7. Right. Yeah, they're friends who are girls. Yeah, I got you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Even Sue Bird said they're mostly gay, right? Mm-hmm. She said we're mostly lesbians. Right. And that's why apparently she's claiming, one of the reasons why she claims that Americans don't want to watch them, whereas they like to watch the women's soccer team. And I mean, does anybody really watch women's soccer?
I got news for you. No.
No. Maybe during the Olympics.
Wait, right.
Maybe.
What was this? First of all, I didn't realize Sue Bird and
and Megan Rapinoe.
Yeah, we're a thing.
They're a thing.
But after the show, when we had this story, Rob came in here and said there's a women's soccer league.
What?
Okay.
There's a professional women's soccer in America?
I guess, right? Right, Rob?
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Wow. I barely know about the men's professional soccer league.
So, I mean, think about that. She says that people watch women's soccer more. I didn't even know there was a league. At least I knew you had a league basketball player. Weird.
It is weird. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Real Estate Agents I Trust, because if you're trying to sell your home, it's a big challenge, and you need an expert to see you through the process, because let's face it, it's probably almost certainly the biggest investment you'll ever make in your life. So you need some expert advice on what people are looking for. So these agents can walk you through the process of whether or not you need to repaint or replace the countertops, or maybe update the bathroom or the kitchen or whatever. This is Glenn's company. So these agents have been really carefully vetted to make sure they have great marketing plans and great track records. They actually sell homes and help you buy them at the best price. The name really kind of says it all. Real Estate Agents I Trust. Plus, these are fans of the show. That's one of the vetting process principles, is that they're fans of the show, so that you got that in common with them. realestateagentsitrust.com. Go there today. If you're trying to buy or sell, maybe you're relocating and you have to do both, you really need somebody who knows what they're doing. realestateagentsitrust.com.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
The CDC redefining now COVID-19 close contact, and they've added brief encounters. U.S. health officials redefined what counts as close contact. For months, they've said close contact meant spending a solid 15 minutes within 6 feet of someone who tested positive for the virus. Yesterday, they changed it to a total of 15 minutes or more. So shorter but repeated contacts that add up to 15 minutes over a 24-hour period now count.
This makes no sense at all.
So somebody who's been diagnosed as COVID positive, you spend 5 minutes with them right now.
Yeah.
And then, maybe an hour later you come back, talk to them for 2 minutes. And then maybe 3 hours later you come. If that all adds up to 15 minutes over a 24-hour period.
So you take the 5 minutes.
Yeah, you take the 5, you add it to the 7.
The 7.
And then you get to 1, and pretty soon you got 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Wait, this is the dumbest. Okay, keep reading your stupid story. This is stupid. This
This was triggered by a report on the case of a 20-year-old Vermont correctional officer who was diagnosed with a coronavirus infection. The guard, who wore a mask and goggles, had multiple brief encounters with 6 transferred prisoners before test results showed they were all positive. At times, the prisoners wore masks, but there were encounters in cell doorways or in a recreational room where prisoners didn't have them on.
This is dumb. This is stupid. Because look,
incredible.
If you're talking to someone for 15 minutes, I think the percentage. I'm not a doctor. Okay, newsflash, but it just takes a moment for that virus to get in there. It doesn't matter if you've been hanging out for 15 minutes or for 5 minutes.
So if we put the 18 minute together along with the 7 minute together, you got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads, you got 30 minutes.
You got 30 minutes. That's not 30 minutes. So, but I'm just saying, it just takes a moment. It doesn't matter. It's not like the virus is hanging out there looking at its little virus watch going, well, it's been 14 minutes.
It was 12 and a half minutes. Now they've talked for another 2.5.
I really wish that Stu character would come back in here for 1 minute, and then I got him. This is the dumbest.
It's so weird. It is.
They don't
really,
even. They don't seriously.
Know.
They don't know what they're talking about.
They don't.
Ever.
They don't know.
Ever. If you're gonna get infected, you're gonna get infected. It doesn't matter if you're there hanging out for 15 minutes or 30 seconds. Okay. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I can't. This is what a dumb world. What a stupid world. And let's just shut down an economy on something we have no understanding of whatsoever.
And how do you account for the fact that we spent way more than 15 minutes with Stu at that debate that night, and we were much closer than 6 feet. And so it was probably an hour and a half to 2 hours with really close contact, and we're talking about the debate, and none of us got it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Glenn didn't get it. Nobody got it. Just Stu, and he had it the whole time.
Yeah.
Also, Glenn slept with his wife, who had it, and he never got it.
Tanya.
Yes.
Okay, let's clear that up.
Yes.
Okay, so
that is
no rhyme
continual
or reason.
Close contact. Somebody he's kissed, somebody that they've really had, close contact with. So how do you explain that then?
Well, I will say I'm a little personally offended that when Stu did his little contact tracing, and was going through the people he encountered throughout the day, I wasn't contacted.
Oh.
Because he and I had a long
Did you have contact with him?
Yeah, we had a long discussion about football right out here in the hallway. Like the day before he vanished. And I'm a little hurt that I'm not memorable enough by Stu.
To be in his contact tracing list.
I mean, I must have stood out there and complained about the Atlanta Falcons for a good 12 of those 15 minutes. So anyway, I'm fine. Yeah, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to this.
Yeah, you just don't know.
You don't know.
They don't know how it passes. They don't know how you contract it. They don't know why. If you're going to get it, if you're not going to get it, they don't know. So, dude, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. It just needs to be more magazine-y. Right. Just make sure the show's more magazine-y. And it is what it is, dude.
Somebody explain how 15-minute exposure to a virus is any more serious, whether it's one 15-minute thing or 5 3-minute things or just 30 seconds. I mean, it just...
I cannot begin to understand it. Nobody can, because it's incomprehensible what they're doing here. And their logic, there isn't any logic. There's no rhyme or reason to it. All right, churches in Chile or Chile.
No, don't do it. No, stick to your guns, man.
Are being burned to the ground.
Chile.
As Antifa is protesting a movement anniversary. So 2 churches were torched as tens of thousands of demonstrators gathered in a central Santiago square to mark.
Oh my gosh.
To mark an anniversary of the protest movement that broke out last year, demanding greater equality in Chile. Chile. And
don't fall.
There goes a big portion of the church right there, as the Antifa members are cheering down below.
That's good stuff, right? Oh my goodness, it's everywhere. Look at that. That is so sad.
It's really sad. It's very, very sad. Then, I mean, it didn't end there. These people are just animals, and I don't know why they hate Christianity as much as they apparently do. I'm looking for the other part of this story, because they didn't just burn down. They also scrawled "Death to the Nazarene" on some of these churches.
Down there in Chile?
Yeah, the anarchists, the radicals, the Antifa protesters. Yeah. So they destroyed 2 of the churches, and then they also did a little vandalism by spray painting "Death to the Nazarene" on the walls of a church.
Now, what happens if, hypothetically now, you showed a cartoon of Muhammad of a different religion?
Oh, well, then you die.
Yeah, then you're beheaded in the streets. That's what happened to a teacher in Paris last week.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, Yep, good stuff, right? But
great stuff.
What's happening down there in...
Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it?
Don't worry about it.
It seems like this violence is worldwide in our streets here in America.
No, it just seems like that. It's not. That's not
I'm
really
just perceiving it.
Yes.
It's not reality.
That is correct.
Feels like it's
Antifa
reality.
Is an idea, Keith. It's an idea. That's all it is.
That was Nadler said that, right?
It was.
That was a good bowel day for him when he said that. Okay.
And it's not like this violence is going on here in America. I mean, okay, well, we had the Seattle police car that was set ablaze with the cop inside of it.
Okay.
Here's a little look at that happening.
He's got like
police, stop, dude!
A torch. Oh, no. He's running. He throws it into the cop car, and what a hero. This police officer who he's burning in the car. and is shooting at him. Look at that. Yeah, he suffered from.
Wow. Yeah, he got burned.
Yeah.
I forget what percent of his body, but he was hurt there.
Still managed to fire off his weapon.
Then you've got the Antifa member who punched the black person, and nobody's talking about this. Knocked his teeth out. Let's take a look at that. It's another beautiful moment from Antifa, who, keep in mind, mostly peaceful.
He's trying to de-escalate. The black guy is trying to, let's get away from these guys. And then
let's walk over here. Let's not be a part of this. Everything's okay. We don't need to fight. And he gets sucker punched by this coward.
Oh! Wearing a mask, so his face isn't seen.
Hit him back. But he doesn't.
Well, that's because his teeth are literally falling out of his skull.
Yeah, really awful. This is just...
I mean, look at this. I mean, they're, like you said, they're animals, man.
Animals. Yep.
Anyway.
And it's okay to attack a black man now?
Does he support Trump?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Do you want to see the grotesque picture afterward of the teeth?
Yeah, it is a little disturbing. So there he is. Yeah. That's what happened to him.
Yeah, there's another one where he's
punched right in the face.
Bloodied and just nasty. This poor kid. I mean.
Now, I guess they did charge the a-hole.
Oh, good.
Who hit him with a hate crime.
Oh, good.
So that's great. Good.
Is it because the guy... Now, this is an honest question. Is it because the victim was black or because the victim had a political ideology that the other guy didn't like?
I don't know, but I'm just glad he got charged.
Sure.
With something, because usually they get away with it.
And we've also...
Usually they just go scot-free.
You know, you got the image of the lady at the Women's March who ended up in a neck brace.
Yes. We have the photo of her afterwards, after her little beating. These guys are animals. Mm-hmm. And we're getting nothing from the Democrats about them. Why aren't they asked?
Look at that.
There she is. She's beaten by another Antifa member.
And what was her big crime again?
She supported Trump.
Whoa. Okay. Well, I was there with you until you said that. That's too egregious.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Right? Now you understand.
Seriously. But, you know, at least you're safe in your neighborhood, right?
No, actually, you're not.
Oh, you're not? Oh, well, I can't wait till we read that letter that's getting passed around neighborhoods around America.
Oh, I hope this is a hoax.
I hope it's a hoax.
You know, isn't there some thought that this might be a hoax?
Yeah, but it's happening in so many places, man.
A lot of people are claiming they've gotten this note. Dear neighbor, you've been identified by our group as being a Trump supporter. Your address has been added into our database as a target for when we attack, should Trump not concede the election. We recommend that you check your home insurance policy and make sure that it's current and that it has adequate coverage for fire damage. You've been given fair warning. Always remember that it was you that started this civil war. Be prepared to face the severe consequences of your preemptive actions against democracy.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, well, first of all,
here we go.
We're not a democracy. But secondly, I hope that is a hoax because I can't imagine Americans leaving that for other Americans.
No. And not a hoax is the NYPD police car had the brake line cut, so that they got into a wreck. Thankfully, everyone's okay. I mean, this is, and we haven't even had election day yet.
No.
Hope you're stocked up. Hope your eggs are clean.
It's getting a little scary. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Bills.com. Being in debt really sucks. You've got the credit card debt, maybe student loans, mortgages. Doesn't matter what kind. Being in debt is just awful. I've been there in the past. I know that when you're in debt, it's just adding so much stress to your life. It's all you think about. You're losing sleep. And if you're losing sleep over maxed out credit cards or stressed out thinking about your mortgage payments or student loans, Bills.com can help take back control of your life. First step to lowering your monthly payments and becoming debt-free is to get a free debt assessment. It only takes a few minutes, and you could save hundreds or even thousands of dollars every single month. From debt settlement to personal loan consolidation to student loans or mortgage refinancing, Bills.com has you covered. They're part of the Freedom Financial Network, which has been in business since 2002, and they've settled over $10 billion in debt. Take the first step to defeating your debt. Get your free debt assessment today. Go to bills.com/unleashed. That's bills.com/unleashed. Couple of tweets here. Kyle P. tweets, did Pat start calling the demonstrators Democrats? Why'd he stop? He wasn't wrong.
Oh.
Did I call demonstrators Democrats? A little Freudian slip there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Spat out of hell. Kurt tweets, all crimes are hate crimes. There's no such thing as a specific crime for hate.
Thank you.
Yes, but if they're going to do that, then certainly knocking a black man's teeth out qualifies. If you're going to start doing the hate crime thing, and we are, that certainly qualifies. With all the ads of we got this from bifurcated hamburger. Yeah.
Remember that word?
Bivital bifurcated hamburger.
Yeah, didn't Trump tweet out something about hamburgers once?
Yeah, something close to that. With all the ads of Biden lately being everywhere, I think it's safe to say he finally tapped into the Messam war chest.
Oh, that's right.
Messamentum kicking into gear.
That was they have $5 in there? Like literally, it was a $5.
Yes, it was literally $5 in his war chest.
What is Wayne Messam up to these days?
Well, I think he's right behind Biden, and he's probably donated that war chest to him. And that's what Biden. That's how he went out and found this bar owner who's owns a bar in Michigan. That's all, and
struggling, right?
Struggling because his bar is empty. Do you remember this commercial?
But right now, it's an empty room.
Dun, dun,
this is the
dun.
reality of Trump's COVID response. This is Donald Trump's economy. There's no plan, and you don't know how to go forward. It makes me so angry.
So angry.
My only hope for my family, and for this business, and my community,
and your community,
is that Joe Biden wins this election.
Okay, that's enough.
That's the kind of person
we need. That's his only hope. For this man and his poor, beleaguered business, his only hope is Joe Biden, if he gets in there and lets him open up again. That Trump, you know what he did? He sent Secret Service agents right to the blind pig, and they stood in front of that bar and made sure this man did not open his business. So for his family, his business must reopen. I mean, I can't tap into the inheritance I got that gave me tens or hundreds of millions of dollars.
What now?
Can't tap into that because I've saved that for all the things I'm investing in and all the Democrat causes that I contribute to.
Wait, what?
So my only hope for the blind pig is if Joe Biden's elected.
But wait, you just kind of glossed over
what part? The only way his family can survive?
I could have sworn you talked about millions in inheritance.
Yeah, many, many millions. The guy's an angel investor. But you don't want to mix that with the bar money,
but
right?
He just
you
said
don't want to.
He made a heartfelt plea.
I know his only survival chance, his only chance to survive, to live, to thrive, to be able to feed his family,
right,
is if Joe Biden's elected. That, and he does have an inheritance of millions and millions of dollars.
Again, you keep slipping that in like it's inconsequential. So what's going to happen? Is Joe Biden going to overstep Governor Whitmer? I mean, what do they want?
I guess so. Is that what will happen? Will Biden mandate that all businesses now open? Because
honestly,
what is it they want? I wonder. You brought up an interesting point a few minutes ago, off air. I think that.
Okay, so
what do you want him to do? Now, Trump has bungled this so badly. What should he have done?
You pointed out, this is how our conversation off the air started. You pointed out a stupid banner on CNN that said a report came out that basically 100,000 extra deaths are because of how Trump handled the crisis.
Yeah, it was from 130,000 to 210,000.
Okay.
So literally they're attributing almost every death to Donald Trump's actions.
And my question to you was, so what do they want? Do they want a dictator? Do they want Trump to be the dictator?
He should have just mandated all businesses close and stay closed. But then he's destroyed the economy. So what about that part of it?
And he's being called, rightfully so at this point, if he had done that, a dictator.
Just unbelievable.
What do they want?
I don't know. All right, Brad Meltzer tells us about his latest books. next. Joining us now, Brad Meltzer. You know him, of course, from TV. He's a protector of history. He's the writer of great books, including children's books. And he's got 2 new ones that I think your kids are going to love. Welcome, Brad Meltzer. Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me back.
It's great to have you. You've got how many of these have you written now? Of the I Am series.
Yeah, so there's 22 now. When I first went into the publisher, I said I want to build this library of real heroes for my kids, where I could teach them compassion and kindness, and most important, that thing that is lost in America today is character. And they said, oh, I love this. I Am Amelia Earhart. I Am Abraham Lincoln. That's great. 2 books. And I said, no, I don't want to sell you 2 books. I want to sell you 100 books. I want to help you build a library. And we are now almost a quarter way there.
Wow.
Oh, a quarter way.
Wow. So you are churning these out then. When did you? So it only started a few years ago, right? How long ago did you start the series?
Pat, listen, I know it's crazy, but you were here for the first ones. We've done this now 6 years.
Yeah.
We did I Am Rosa Parks, I Am Albert Einstein, Jackie Robinson. I don't know if I ever told you this, but when the 2016 election was hitting 4 years ago, something amazing happened with the books. 2 of our books started selling more than any others. And they were I Am Martin Luther King Jr. and I Am George Washington.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't a Democrat or Republican thing. It was that parents and grandparents on both sides, as they were watching Donald Trump and Hillary argue on television, they were just tired of turning on the TV and seeing politicians. And what they wanted to show their kids were leaders. And we all know there's a huge difference between politicians and leaders. And I love the fact that people now use the I Am books to fight back against the cynicism that they see in America today.
And so your 2 latest, I Am Anne Frank and I Am Benjamin Franklin. Now, Benjamin Franklin, one of, I think, almost everybody's favorite founding fathers. What can you say about Ben Franklin that is disparaging? I mean, he was an abolitionist. He was an inventor. He was seemingly a pretty good guy in virtually every way. Tell us about the I Am Benjamin Franklin book first.
Yeah, so, this book was written, each book is always written not just for the historical part, of course, which we care about, but is the moral value that's at the center of it. And what Benjamin Franklin, we all know him, of course, for his experiments on electricity and flying his kite, but to me, his greatest experiments were the ones he did on himself, to be a better person. He was always trying to better himself. And one of the things that he would do is he would actually keep rules to live by, rules to make himself a better person. And I love those. And he used to write them down. And the rules were very simple. They would say, number 1 would be that you got to make sure that you always are frugal. You don't spend your money on things you don't need. You got to make sure that you always tell the truth. You got to work hard. And one of the most important ones is don't speak badly about other people. And I know our kids today, they look at us and we're all fighting with each other, right? Everyone's like, this one did this and this one did that, and I blame them and I blame them. And I want my kids to know there are fights worth having, but you got to teach your kids about accountability. And Ben Franklin knew that the only way you change the world is you must start with yourself. And I love that about him, and I want my kids to learn that accountability from him. And the other thing that I wanted them to learn, is Ben Franklin, this is crazy, but he helped edit the Declaration of Independence. He edited Thomas Jefferson. So Thomas Jefferson, at 33 years old, writes the Declaration of Independence, and Ben Franklin's basically like, I got some notes, right? And he comes in, and it's Jefferson writes, we hold these truths to be sacred and undeniable. And Ben Franklin is the one who says, no. How about this? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. And that's Ben Franklin's editing. And I want my kids to know also, my kids are always like, this drawing didn't come out good, or this writing didn't come out good. I'm like, listen, even Thomas Jefferson got edited by Ben Franklin. It's okay.
Something I learned, I was just opening up your book and reading through it a little bit a few minutes ago, and I learned something immediately. I didn't realize that Ben Franklin got his first job at 10 years old. 10.
Oh, that is no accident. That is, my kids are always complaining, always are like, you always say, like, I worked when I was 15 years old. I had to go to work. I used to scoop ice cream at Haagen-Dazs in the mall. And I said, my kids were always complaining because I make them get jobs. I'm like, you got to get a job, and I don't care. And Ben Franklin, at 10 years old, they were like, you're going to work. And it wasn't even like they were like, oh, you're going to deliver the papers. When we did I Am Walt Disney had a paper route. Very cute, adorable. Ben Franklin, they were like, this is what a blacksmith is. This is like, they were like, you mean work. Like, and that's how it used to be. And I love the fact that we do that. I also love that Benjamin Franklin is there, as standing up for the free press and making sure we understand. I love the fact when he used to publish his newspapers, he didn't just publish his own ideas. He published those of the opposite side. And he said, if you just listen to one view, you're only getting half the picture. You're not an informed citizen. And I love the fact that Benjamin Franklin reminds us why the founders thought it was so important for the press to make sure to keep our leaders in check and make sure there's someone always asking the other side.
Explain how he became a published author.
This is also, again, ingenuity is what the I Am Benjamin Franklin as a book is all about. And I don't think there's anything more ingenious than what you just picked out is Benjamin Franklin's brother is running the newspaper. He knows if he submits a letter that he wants to publish, his brother's going to be like, you're my stupid younger brother. There's no way I'm publishing it. So what does Ben Franklin do? Ben Franklin writes a letter, but he gives it a fake name. And he gives it the name Silence Dogood. He gives it literally like a fake female name that is really Benjamin Franklin in disguise, uses the pen name. And his brother's like, this woman wrote to us and she's a genius.
He's the first troll, right? Isn't that right?
He is the first troll. It's fantastic. But Benjamin Franklin is one of my favorite. We always start these books, and this may be truthfully for kids, because these are kids' books, obviously like age 4 to probably 12 years old. And the pages that are the most important is we always show you the hero when they were little kids. So you see Benjamin Franklin when he was a little boy, he was ingenious even then. He used to have experiments where he loved to swim, and my kids love to swim, so they immediately like him. And he said, I realized that if whoever's hands are bigger and feet are bigger, they go faster in the water. You could paddle faster. So he makes these homemade, almost like oven mitts. He puts them on his feet as well, like flippers, homemade flippers. And suddenly he starts flying through the water. And my kids, when they read that, Benjamin Franklin is no longer a black and white figure in a history book. Ben Franklin's alive again. And he's bold and he's daring and he's fun. And now they'll follow him anywhere. They'll read the entire book of I Am Benjamin Franklin, knowing that he's just, these aren't the stories of famous people. This is what we're all capable of, being ingenious, being creative, being clever, improving yourself. Those values are what are in the book. But we're all capable of that every single day.
I love this. I know you probably didn't look into this or write about this in the book for children. But one of the things that bugs me about when people talk about Ben Franklin is his womanizing. Now, in all of your research for this book and all the research that you do, have you ever seen any evidence that Ben Franklin was this player? Because that's how every single movie depicts him.
No, they always make him like he's like the guy in the bar is like, hey,
baby,
hey, right,
yes,
right. And you know what? I did not like. This is what I did find. What I found was, listen, Ben Franklin was a member of the Hellfire Club. That's the greatest name of any secret club. I want to be a member of the Hellfire Club, right? It's like the best name. And the Hellfire Club was a secret society, was a group that used to have great parties in France. Does it mean he hit on women? I have no idea. I don't know where the proof comes from. I don't know where.
Right.
But he certainly liked to go to France and drink. And again, that's what you did in France. That's what people still do in France. So, to me, obviously, as a kid's book, we did not
didn't delve into that.
There.
Yeah,
right. That was the part we decided to go over, but we don't hide from the fact that Benjamin Franklin. We put it in the book. There are people who will say, "Oh, he owned slaves." I'm like, we put in the book. He also spent the last years of his life, as you correctly said, as president of an organization against slavery.
Right.
And we got to remember, like people want to say, oh, the founders did this, the founders did that. I'm like, are they good? Are they bad? Are they complicated like the rest of us? And you know what? They are. Mm-hmm. And I always say, if you're looking for perfection in a person, you're going to find no one. There's God, and then everyone else take a number, right? Like,
yes.
We all are flawed in ways, every one of us. And to me, that does not make you not a hero. That makes you human, and it's okay. Like, that's what makes you beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Also, Anne Frank I mean, an amazing story. What lessons can kids learn from Anne Frank's story?
Yeah, and this may be the most important book we've done in the Ordinary People Change the World series. So I always look around at what I want for my own kids. And anti-Semitism right now is at a 40-year high. There was a study recently done that said millennials don't even know basic facts about the Holocaust.
Oh, I'm sure.
Our kids need hope today. They need hope. And there's no better way to teach it than with Anne Frank, the little girl who hid from the Nazis in an attic, but yet still thought people were good at heart. And I want my kids to know that even in the darkest places, you can always find light. That's what hope is. It's a fire, and it burns within you. And when you put it on, nothing puts it out. And that's what, as a book, I Am Anne Frank is. Again, no question, the most important book I think we've done.
What's up next in the Brad Meltzer empire? Do you have more? You know who you're going to do next for the children's series, and do you have any novels coming out?
Yeah, so I'm working on the new thriller right now that I'm trying to finish up, truly, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. The next kids book is I Am Frida Kahlo, which is an amazing artist, which is obviously I wanted to. We had a lot of requests for our kids. Always write. They go to our website. They go to ordinarypeoplechangetheworld.com. Parents will say, "Can you do this book? Can you do this hero?" Kids are very different. Kids demand who they want. They're like little terrorists with a list of demands. They're like, make this book, write this book, do this book. Frida Kahlo was one of our most requested heroes that we had, and we love doing her. And then the other thing is PBS took our kids' books and they turned it into a cartoon TV show. So you can now watch our kids' books come to life every episode. On Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum. It's about Xavier, his sister Eugenia, their best friend Brad, the most handsome cartoon character of all time. And they have a problem every episode. Like they've been bullied, so they go back in time. They meet Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks teaches them how to deal with bullies. They come back to the present day and use it. And that was actually last Friday's episode. So it's been fun to watch us take. I want to put Ben Franklin in there. We just obviously did George Washington. We've done Abraham Lincoln. I love the fact that we get to bring these heroes. We did Jackie Robinson to life, and it's been just the most amazing reward to watch the I Am series come to life.
Do you do these digitally? Can you just buy these in 10 seconds on the internet? I suppose you would lose a lot of the really cool illustrations and things if you did that, but
no, we do. You can buy them. You can buy them as ebooks. The truth is, parents don't want my thrillers. People buy as ebooks all the time. And interestingly, parents don't want their kids on ebooks because it's another device. And I got to tell you this story about Anne Frank because I just remembered. It just reminds me. This is why you want a story that you read with your kids. Although you can download it, have fun, but this is the story about because you need to see the art. Is one of the great pages in the book when Anne Frank goes into the attic, we ask Chris Eliopoulos, our amazing artist, to actually shrink the book so that when you're reading the book, instead of being full color pages as half the book is, when she goes into the attic, the book starts shrinking the space. So there's black on top, black on the bottom, and the panels themselves get smaller and smaller. So you feel that claustrophobia. And my favorite story in the Anne Frank and I Am Anne Frank is Anne Frank had one window. Her only view from the attic was one window, and out the window was a chestnut tree. That's her view to the world. And all she could see, she couldn't go close to the window because if she did, people would see her. So all she could see was this chestnut tree. In the winter, the leaves would fall off. In the spring, leaves would grow back. And this was her YouTube. This was her phone. This was her Netflix. And eventually, of course, Anne Frank dies. They preserve the house where she was. It's a museum today. They try to also preserve the chestnut tree, which they do until 2010, when the chestnut tree gets blown over. But here's what happened, Pat, is they take the saplings from the tree and they start planting it all over the world. And today, there are chestnut trees blooming, Anne Frank trees blooming all over the globe, stronger than ever.
Wow.
And I love giving my kids that lesson and showing them, when you read I Am Anne Frank with your kid, she becomes a part of your kid's life. Your kid becomes a part of her life. And that you plant a seed of basically strength and resilience. And I love the fact that this book, when you read it with your kid, gives your kid a resilience you never realized they had.
Hey, Brad, this is Keith. Now, in hindsight, you mentioning the next book is Frida Kahlo. I mean, that's a little sneak peek of that in the Anne Frank book with her pinning up a picture of her up there. So that's pretty smooth move by the way.
Well, yeah, you
planning ahead.
You are a wizard. One of the things we hide in every book, secret things. So you can find me hidden in every book.
Okay.
Yeah,
I knew you were in every book. Yeah, but okay. But
I'm like the ball. Where's Waldo now? So
that's right. And can I just say,
we put Superman in every book. We hide him sometimes as Clark Kent, sometimes as Superman. Oh yeah,
do you really?
I gotta go back and look at this.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
great.
Put
the number 27. The number 27 is hidden in every book, also in every one of my novels. We also hide in every single book, in every I Am book. We hide the next hero. So when you read I Am Amelia Earhart, Abraham Lincoln's hidden in there. You read I Am Abraham Lincoln, Rosa Parks is hidden in there.
That is awesome.
And you can find everyone. And kids love, they're literally, the day the book comes out, they will write to me and say, I know who the next hero is. So obviously the book just came out, so now the cat's out of the bag.
That is so cool. Okay, and just one last plug for you here, because I got to do this, man. My kids and I, we read, the first conspiracy, the secret plot to kill George Washington. And we read the Lincoln Conspiracy about the first plot to kill Abraham Lincoln. These aren't children's books. These are, there's historic books. And they are such good resources for homeschoolers. Read those books.
Oh, my gosh. Our homeschoolers for us, homeschoolers' number one supporters, like librarians and homeschoolers for the I Am books have been incredible because the values are there in a way that we're not seeing anywhere else. And but as you said, I'll tell you this is, homeschoolers love the fact we had such demand from homeschoolers for the first conspiracy. We actually did a young adult version of the first conspiracy. So you can now read the first conspiracy as a young adult set for basically that junior high school kid or even that very good elementary reader. It's pretty amazing to watch kids around the country.
And they're such great books that, the adults get just as much out of them as the kids when you read them with them.
Yeah, no, those books have been rewards. I didn't, like a gift to myself because I have all these kids now telling me how much they admire George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. And again, my God, do we need those lessons of those heroes today.
So important. Brad, thanks a lot. BradMeltzer.com, best place to go to get these?
Yeah, you can get those. Ordinary People Change. Well, Amazon has I Am Anne Frank half price right now, so get it before they change the mind up.
Brad, thanks a lot.
$7.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll put the link up at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Thanks, Brad.
All right, got to tell you about Keeps. If you've noticed your hair thinning out, it sucks. You don't have to put up with it. Sucks. Really hate it.
Yeah.
So if you want to stop it, go to keeps.com/Pat. KEEPS.com/Pat. They offer the generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss treatments, and you don't have to go anywhere to get them. Just go online from the comfort and privacy of your own home. Answer a few questions, snap a few pictures of your hair, then a licensed doctor will review all your stuff and they'll recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. About 90% of men or people who do this, because women can too, but about 90% experience a stoppage of the hair loss. Incredibly important. And then 67, 68% get hair regrowth. Fantastic. Go to keeps.com/Pat. 50% off your first order of Keeps hair loss treatments. Keeps.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Oh, by the way, M1, next chapter, America Goes Back to Work. Big virtual event on Saturday.
Yeah.
Here in Dallas. It's airing on social media this time because we can't get together in person. Otherwise, we'd all die. And I think you know that. Every one of us would drop dead immediately after this event if we did it in person. And we can't have that.
Can't have it.
So because we're at a turning point in American history, no matter what, this election will change the course of America. So be with us on Saturday. We're going to debunk the 1619 Project. Critical. Glenn's going to announce a new initiative and a new education center here in Dallas where families and students from around the world can come to Dallas and learn about the true history of America. You won't believe until you see it, what Glenn is setting up here in this complex. It's pretty amazing. Plus, you'll be able to see a couple of the really cool artifacts that we have. Darth Vader, the actual Darth Vader mask from the movie, and the R2-D2. There's going to be a live auction with incredible items, an opportunity to spend time with David Barton and Glenn here in Dallas. So go to M1 Next Chapter, M1nextchapter.com, all one word, of course, to learn more about, or you can go to mercuryone.org. Mercuryone.org. It's all on Saturday. Don't miss it. Brad's incredible, isn't he?
Oh,
these books are awesome. If you have children who are still growing, these probably aren't as valuable when your kids are in their 20s as they were when they were in their 0 to 10 years old.
Yeah,
or
but
so.
then they're getting ready to have kids of their own.
Yeah, that's true.
So start a collection
for your grandkids.
These are great. And now I've got to go back through them all and look for 27. I always see
Superman.
Yeah, I always see Brad.
Mm-hmm.
But now I got to go back. I got to do 27, Superman, and the tease.
I had no
of the
idea
next...
he did that.
Right.
No idea.
I feel like such
really cool.
Yeah, I got to, let's see, 27, Superman.
All right. You know what happened? AstraZeneca doing a coronavirus vaccine trial in Brazil.
Okay.
And one of the participants died.
I'm sorry, say that one more time, please.
AstraZeneca's coronavirus vaccine trial ended in the death of one of their participants in Brazil.
Oh, that's not good.
Yep. So can you trust the vaccine? Well, probably because they died from the placebo. Killed him dead.
Wait,
the placebo killed the person.
The placebo killed the person?
At least they took the placebo, so...
Well, that really sucks for this guy.
That does suck for the guy.
I mean, think about this.
Yeah.
You've got the COVID
Yeah.
that he had, and they're like, all right, hey, you want to be a part of a trial? Yeah, please. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay, you're getting the placebo. And then he dies.
So I wonder if the vaccine would have helped him.
Who knows? But, I mean,
I don't know.
It would have had a higher chance of helping than the placebo.
28 years old, too. Really sad. 28.
Yeah, that's not good.
Shoot. Okay, so at least you can't attribute that to the vaccine from AstraZeneca anyway.
What's in that placebo? That's what I want to know.
Rat poison? Is that bad? Is that bad?
All right, so you got two options here. You got a vaccine. We're in the trial stages, so no promises. I can't promise you anything with this vaccine.
Uh-huh.
And then we have rat poison.
And then you get rat poison. Now, I don't know. Does rat poison cure COVID-19? Yes. You won't have COVID-19 after you're poisoned. You won't have it anymore.
Yeah.
So look into it a little bit. You know what I mean?
Be sure to.
Who knows?
Yeah. That's.
We had so much jammed into this, we didn't get to a ton of stuff. I got to tell you about John Stossel's battle with Facebook.
Uh-oh.
We'll get into that tomorrow because we're not going to have time for it now. But that's an amazing story. And really, all of this dangerous silencing of voices on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and it's really only voices on the right. This is un-American. It's unacceptable, the silencing of any contrasting points of view. I mean, it's terrifying, and it's got to stop. And so we'll get into that a little bit tomorrow. Plus, Jeffy will be here, and we'll squeeze some fun into the day as well.
More on trivia, two undefeated teams.
Trivia. Tennessee and Pittsburgh tomorrow. More on trivia. Don't forget, we'll see you tomorrow here on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.